Hey guys, welcome back to the back nine here of the 2020 NADGT premier event at Horning's Hideout. Thanks to our coverage sponsors and me and Zach back on commentary for the back nine.
Hey, here we are. There we have it. Collin was taking the lead after the whole nine there. Two down. I'm at one down. Bucks at even, and Jesus and Robert both at +3. Coming on hole 10 here. We have a tight gap right out of the drive. The whole point, or the whole effort here is to just hit your line and get out the gap to the right. It finishes right. Collin, you're lining up the traditional forehand. You can do a forehand or backhand turnover on this. You hit that gap really well. You pushed right out to it, didn't you?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely laced my line. And Zach going
You
with the
threw a,
Firebird.
and we both threw a fiber, I believe, correct?
Yeah, I also threw a Firebird here. And looks like Jesus throwing his patented F7 shot. I like to call it the cheater disc because he doesn't throw any forehand, so that thing emulates the flight of a forehand when you throw a backhand.
That he does a great job with that turnover, and you can you can see how everyone just turns their ear and starts to listen. Am I hitting a tree? Am I not?
Yep, for sure. And Buck does hit a tree at the edge of the gap there. Now Rob stepping up. You know what he was throwing for any of his distance shots? I didn't look into his bag too much.
No, I'm not 100% sure what he was throwing. I believe
You know, Buck's
that
throwing a bunch of buzzes and stuff.
Buck, and off the tee he threw a strike, if I'm correct there.
Yeah.
And he has a good look here, Rob. Right up to it, just needs to nestle it on down. Throwing a little far. He's gonna have a tough putt back for his par save. Here I am from a knee. I thought I got out further than I did, but apparently I didn't. I just trust
That's
my
where all
gator.
those college athletics kick in. You're able to use that athletic stance to get it up there. I thought I was going to have at least a birdie look, but evidently I rolled down to the bottom of this hill with Jesus.
Yeah, and it could be tough putting up that hill. Yeah, I thought you were right within inside the circle as well. There Zeus is. You just want to get around that tree. You both did your job there.
Yeah, for sure. After getting into that position off the tee, I definitely made it my goal to get up and down for par. I wasn't going to try and do anything silly in the first round of a 3-round tournament.
Certainly. Smart choice. Here's Rob for his par save, and he had good angle there. Just tough putt. Nice par there.
Yeah, definitely happy with par on that hole. That's one of those holes. Yeah. Yeah, you could definitely tell I was disappointed to not have a look for birdie there. But
Buck cleaning up his bogey. Jesus stepping up for his par. Easy par save.
Rob, I believe, cleaning up a bogey.
Yes, he is.
All right. Yep. Buck and Rob both taking bogeys there. All three of the MA1 players all able to grab their pars. Moving into hole 11. Another par 3. It's 280 feet. Plays a little bit longer than that just because it goes slightly uphill. Again, you got kind of two choices here. You got this inside gap that's a slight hyzer, and then you got this gap that I'm going for. Wide flex to hyzer. And that's pretty much
beautiful. Yeah, that's a great job. Or you can take this other gap that I decided I found in practice the other day, and
that isn't really there.
It's there. It's there. It's tight though. Oh, Jesus is peering the line.
Yeah, almost aced it there.
Almost aced it. Great shot. And Buck lining up again. I think that EMAC truth he has. A good hyzer shot. Hits the line very well.
I do remember talking to Rob about this disc. This is a G-Star Firebird.
Hits the tree late. He thought it was going to be perfect. I thought it was going to be perfect. I didn't hit my line and turn it a little bit as I wanted to. Pure hyzer put me about 40 feet outside the basket. Rob lofting it up. He had a 60-foot look there. Good bid, good effort. Buck yeah, there we go.
All right. That brings the Buck yeah taker to 2.
Oh, nice job, Buck. Great birdie.
Sure. And now you got this tester for par.
Yeah, a little uphill. I was online, just couldn't get it up. And here you are. Beautiful drive. Just have to control it. Nice putt. Good nose angle. Nice birdie.
Yeah, that's definitely executing the game plan for me, for sure. And Jesus also with an amazing drive. Step up to 15 feet. Should be no problem. And taps it right in.
One-footed man.
Yeah. Anything inside of like 20 feet, he'll go to 1 foot for sure.
Does a great job with that putt.
Looks like we got a couple of cleanups here. Rob will clean up his 3, and you'll step up and clean up your 4.
Yeah, that'll be my second bogey of the day. That's all right. That's what you get for trying to take a little tiny gap and not trying to take the wide open gap over there. There we are, hole 11. 3 birdies by Collin, Jesus, and Buck. Great job, fellas. Rob cleaning up his par, and then I was taking the bogey. We are heading into hole 12. We are going to be having a downhill look. It says it's 250 feet. Probably plays a little bit more like 220 or so. It's in the hillside to the left, and so what you want to do is do a right-handed backhanded hyzer on a disc that can dive right in. What are you using there? Your tactic again?
Yeah, I'm going back to the tactic. Kind of the same thing. If you guys didn't see the front 9 as hole 5, just kind of wanted it to get out of the air. I went the wide hyzer, which not a lot of people take, just because the initial gap is a little bit tighter. But I was able to get down there for a look, as well as Jesus. Here's Buck now. Throwing, I'm sure his buzz nearly hits that tree. And then almost aces it.
Oh my goodness. Look at him. He's talking to that disc. The disc is listening to him. I need to figure out how to be a disc whisperer like him.
For sure. Yeah, we were talking about it pretty much all day. He has all of his discs on a remote control. Able to control where the disc is going. Rob with the good miss there, missing up into the hill because sometimes he'll roll back down the hill.
Yeah, and as long as you have the height, you're in pushing it out, you're going to give it a chance. I just yanked this one. I don't know. I was throwing my gator, just yanked it. I'm going to have a 100-foot putt back into it.
Yeah, you'll be able to clean up your par from there. Here's Rob from the Hobbit hole.
As you can see, that's what happens when you are a little left on your line and high.
Great job. Having to do some gymnastics. Get that thing in there.
Great birdie by Jesus there. Here you are for your birdie look, making it look easy.
Yeah, for sure. Those last 2 holes are definitely ones that I look at getting. That one had some pace to it. Yeah, for sure.
It bounced right off that pole. That rim actually helped it there.
Yeah.
Great birdie look. A great birdie job.
And Rob cleaning up his par. Yeah, Rob was super awesome to play with. Super positive. Awesome player to play with.
Yeah, he was definitely having a tough round when it came to his play, but he never let it affect his personality. Never let it affect the card or anything like that. fantastic guy.
Yeah, Zac taking his time here, making sure it's good for par. And even putts like that, man, some of them will spit out for sure. Do everything you can to make sure you make it. And Buck with the absolute park job. Me, Jesus, and Buck all grabbing the birdie there. Everybody else grabbing pars. Kind of looking like what we should do on that hole. Stepping up to hole 13. This one, you kind of got two plays. You'll have kind of a stand-up hyzer up the middle, or the very common play is the wide hyzer with something neutral to stable. I'm reaching for my PD here, going for the straight gap, and I hit the only tree that I got to miss.
Yeah, and it actually almost brings a Mando into play, which you're not going to actually miss it. You're okay from it, but there's a Mando very far left.
I didn't even know there was a Mando on this hole. Luckily, we had the TD, Zac Teuscher. Forgot to shout him out, but shout out to Zac Teuscher. Luckily, we had him filming for us, so he was able to tell me there was a Mando on this hole after kicking left. But, yeah, like you said, I missed it. Or I haven't missed it yet, sorry.
There's Rob. He had a very skinny gap. It was looking really good, and it was going to be on that flat top until he hit a late tree and kicked over to the left. But he'll have a good look for up and par.
What are you reaching for here, Zac?
Firebird there. Just doing pure hyzer at it. Hit the line. Just happy with that shot for sure.
Here I am trying to get up and down. And that'll get up to the flat top where the green's at, but I'll push it a little bit too far. And the front side of this green is not fun to play with. Here's Rob trying to get up and down.
Yeah, you can see the basket right there. And how much he has to lean out. Yeah, if you're early into that stuff, it makes it so tough to get through.
Yeah, the front side of this green is definitely not fun. The miss is definitely doing what you did and go a little bit long, if anything.
Yeah. Here you are with your comeback putt sitting about 45 feet. Oh!
I thought I had it.
Run down everything. It was right there. That was a great bid. Oh, man. I wanted you to have that, too. There we go. That putt felt great getting that birdie. Felt like I needed that.
Yeah, not too many people in the MA1 division are going to be getting that hole, so that's definitely a bonus for sure.
Great job by Jesus to get up and down there. Par look, and then here is Buck to save his.
Nice and easy. And then Rob to clean up his par. Those ones hurt for sure.
Yeah.
Do what you can to get up and down, and then you don't convert the putt. And then I'll take my bogey there.
Yeah, that was hole 13. I took the only birdie there. Collin, yourself, Rob both took bogeys, and Jesus, Buck took their pars. Here we are going to hole 14. We are going to have a very fun par 4 here where we have an initial very tight gap off the drive. We're going downhill quick. So you want to get that nose angle down. All you want to do is push out the gap. That is your first and foremost goal, which I did not do.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely the name of the game on this hole is getting out of the gap. It really doesn't matter where it goes once you get out. It's pretty routine up and down once you get out of the gap. Jesus going 90 feet higher than what you should, but somehow gets out of the gap. And it's going to be a great result for Jesus.
And sometimes you could push hard enough that high and have a good eagle look at it.
Yeah, that's how you get to the pin for sure.
Yeah. Buck was hitting his line. You're lining up the forehand just to ensure that you get out the gap, which is, I think, a smart play.
And I yank it 3 feet inside of my line, and I'm going to have a fun par save from where I'm at.
Oh, Hornings.
Yeah, definitely. If you don't hit your lines at Hornings, it can get pretty tough. But if you're doing the things you should do, it can be pretty routine as well. Rob left with this big open gap after hitting early, and he's able to get out there.
Yeah, he left that disc a little higher than he wanted to. I didn't have a stance here, so I am doing a standstill backhand with my DD3. I didn't get it right enough and left it early in the trees. And here you are. You have that big old hyzer look at it. And
Yeah,
you have
for
a thing
sure.
standstill that you have to do. But you do a great job pushing out the gap.
Yeah, I'm going with my most overstable Star Destroyer there, just to use all the real estate I have out to that right side and let it hyzer back. And there's Buck getting all the way down there. That's a great shot.
That is a fantastic shot. Out the gap initially, and then nice up right to the basket. And the basket's right in the tree line. You can barely see it through those trees right there. So it could be tough to actually get your disc into within the circle because of how low the branches are there. And here's Jesus, the best look out of all of us. And again, just leave the disc a little high. Trees are going to pop it right out. You're pin high here, aren't you?
Yeah, I got it down there to pin high. I'm probably 110 feet out or so. Leave myself a little bit of a tester for par, but I'm happy to have a look for it after that tee shot.
Rob is just creating gaps back there. I didn't even know there was a gap until he threw it.
Yeah,
Oh
to
man,
get
I
in here
wanted
off
that.
the basket. Jeez Louise, man.
I wanted that par save. Here's Jesus for his birdie look. Here's a good birdie look at it. Those branches, man.
Mm-hmm.
They come out of nowhere. The buck,
And
yeah.
we got another buck, yeah. Yeah,
That's
good
count
putt,
3 for
buddy.
the round. Here's Rob. At his, oh, just high on line. Oh man,
Yeah, and I got this little tester here.
that's a good par save.
Yeah,
That's a
that
really
one.
good par save.
That's one of those putts that on any other basket I'm confident it's in there, but on these baskets I'm having to watch it all the way in for sure. Looks like Rob and Zach gonna grab the bogeys there, and then Buck able to grab the birdie. That's a great birdie on that hole. Stepping up to hole 15, we got 270 feet. It's probably one of the easier holes on the course. It's pretty much just a stock hyzer shot.
Yeah, it definitely. You have to keep the drive low as Buck did there. Buck did a great job keeping it not too tight to the trees, but fairly tight and the shot low. And Jesus just smooth toss.
Super smooth. You know what disc that is? That's a S-Line CD. Like, naturally pretty flippy disc, and he's just throwing it super smooth.
He's throwing it so smooth. You could see your face. You were tossing that thing. What was that? A Firebird?
That's a Firebird, yeah, and I probably should have gone to something a little bit straighter so I didn't have to throw it as hard. But I parked that Firebird in practice, so I was like, I'll just step up and throw the same shot again.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But
And on my Lucid X fell in there on a standstill. I was throwing a standstill just to not throw it too far.
yeah, when you got biceps like Zach's, you gotta figure out ways to dial down the distance a little bit.
Oh,
And I hit a tree, so now I'm left with like 80 feet on the easiest hole in the course. And off the number.
you were ready to run that down again. You knew it. Oh my god. All over it. Oh, that's dirty. Oh, this. I remember this. I blocked this out of my memory.
Yeah,
Now
and
it's
it's
back.
still going, and then it's
Oh
still
my.
going, and now it finally stops.
From birdie
And you
two,
get up and go so quick that Zac doesn't even catch you there.
bogey. Here's Jesus. What a great drive. Again, he's within that 20-foot putting distance, one-footed. Great shot. Great birdie.
Yeah. Awesome. And Rob going to have a tap-in birdie as well.
He needed that. That was a great
Get
job.
back one of those bogey strokes.
Keep noticing Rob's hat changes positions.
Yeah, he does flip it like every 2 or 3 holes for sure.
Oh, good cleanups there. Oh, that was whole. Oh, I'm not done yet. I forgot.
I'm not done yet.
Roll away. No.
Oh no, man. Yeah, that's definitely not one you want to take a bogey on. And
No.
me and you that were previously leading the card are now kind of frustrated after missing that hole. You guys able to grab it.
Absolutely. Heading to hole 16. A really fun par 4 here where you can actually open up on a drive. You have a big field here. You just want to blast it out there. Really into the middle of the field is your aim. So on your second shot, you could do a hyzer shot right into the pin, because to the left of the pin will be a big slope. That was a good job by Buck, just getting out there straight. Some fours are yelled. No one screams. We're okay.
And Jesus actually misses to the good side of the fairway because, as you'll see here in a second, missing to the left side kind of pinches your angle a little bit. So if you're going to miss right or left, I would definitely rather be on the right side of the fairway.
Absolutely. And Rob didn't push it too far left. He actually had a pretty good shot.
Oh, yeah. But when I said you'll see here in a minute, it's because my shot's going to be pretty far left.
Too far left. Yeah. That's why I choose to do the forehand and just have it push it out there and make it finish right to ensure that I'm not flirting with those trees on the left.
Yeah, if you have 5 bills worth of forehand, it's probably the better play for sure. But for me, this is like 2 absolute max distance shots because even though it says 700, you're playing on a slight uphill grade the entire way. Probably makes it play closer to 750, maybe a little longer.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you don't have the right footing as well, if you're not getting on flat ground, you're going to have some troubles. And that's a great shot right there. That's the hyzer shot that you want to come right into it. It can be so hard to push it far enough left because, again, that pin is going to be right there next to the hill and all the ferns. So you can see, I think you're about 40 feet still outside the basket.
I'm shorter than that. I hit some of those branches there, so I'm like 80 feet out now. And then Rob has this tricky forehand turnover to get up and down. Cut rolls out to about 35 feet. And I told Zac right before this that I was going to try and lay it up. And then as you can hear me as I put it, I'm like, oh, crap, I accidentally ran it.
Oh, you can see you just sat there, thankfully, though.
Yeah, those ferns caught me, thankfully.
And you can see how Rob just threw that one up because he didn't want to push it down the hill.
And again, off the basket, Zac, man, you are literally like a total of 3 feet away from being literally like 8 down right now.
Yeah, that was a great putt right there by Buck, running it in, everything. He's excited. I don't know if I heard it, but I'm gonna say it. Buck yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a buck yeah chant. Rob tapping in, the unfortunate bogey, giving back that birdie stroke he just got. And then everybody else, I believe, cleaning up their pars. I don't think there was any other big numbers. Yeah. Looks like everybody else taking their pars here. Rob grabbing the unfortunate bogey. And then we're stepping into hole 17. Pretty uphill. It doesn't quite play like that 340 that the T sign will say. It plays closer to probably 365-ish. I know I'm throwing something pretty hard to get up there. The local route is to miss to the left side of the fairway because you can kind of see there it's dry and hard-packed dirt. So a lot of times if you hit the left side of the fairway, it'll skip all the way up to the pin. And
Yeah,
looks
that's
like
right. And there's a little water over to the left that normally doesn't come into play, but I've seen some unfortunate rollaways.
so I'm throwing a pretty stable destroyer, aiming for that left side, and as you can see, it's getting that ground play up to about 25 feet for birdie. What are you reaching for here, Zach?
That's my glow Firebird. I think it acts more like a Sexton Firebird than anything. I just yanked it a little right. I was trying to just beamline it right into the hill, and I didn't do it at all. And there's Rob throwing it high. Same right mistake that I made. High and right. Gets tree branches. He has a fortunate kick to have a good look at it.
Yeah, for sure. That right side can get really nasty, as you can see here. That's a great forehand out of there.
Yeah, trusty old Gator.
And Buck laying up for the par.
Oh,
Zeus tried to give it a bid there.
I might as well uphill. Won't run too far past it. You have a good look here for your birdie.
Got it chain
Right.
high. Can't be frustrated with that bid. That's the common mistake on uphill putts, missing off to the right.
Yeah. You have a good round right now, too. Tied for the lead. And we're playing in different divisions as well with Buck and Rob, as you said earlier, in the first round, or the front nine. And so you're actually partially in the lead right now with MA1.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's a couple other decent rounds going right now, but yeah, I'm definitely
In the
up
mid.
on top of the leaderboard.
Yeah. Well, that's hole 17. Everyone carded a par. No one lost some strokes. No one gained some strokes. So we are moving right on into 18. It is a fun finishing hole. You have OB all the way on the left side. That normally doesn't come into play unless you have a sawed-off shot, which then it can come into play. You want to push it right into that gap. You can either do what Buck did, a backhand. You can see the pin just behind those trees, or you can do a forehand into it, which I prefer. And Jesus is doing a nice little turnover shot. The problem with the backhand shot, though, is you can see how it finishes to the left. And you're choosing the forehand, and you can drill that forehand right into the hillside.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely the game plan. And I just forgot to throw it because I know I'm tied for the lead, and I completely fluffed my shot.
You're throwing your Eco Star Destroyer there.
Yeah, that was the Echo Star Destroyer.
There you go. There's my Glow Firebird again.
And that was looking so good for its entire flight. You can see your face there.
I thought it was going to be another ace.
My gosh, man! Every break that you could get, you've gotten a bad break this round.
Yeah, it's just how this course goes for sure.
I've got this tight. I've got kind of a couple options here. I could go this line, which I was trying to go, give it potentially a chance to go in, or I could have gone forehand around the other side. Rob going for the same line I just did.
Yeah, both lines are tricky. I mean, you take the forehand line until you're still trying to match the hill or not hit one of these early trees over here to the left, where it can easily just roll away, and all of a sudden you have a 60-foot look. Here's you with a downhill putt.
I actually took some time on that putt. I was trying to figure out a way to run that thing, but there was just so much stuff in the way for it only being 20 feet.
Oh no. There's a rollerway. Thankfully, that wasn't the worst rollerway we could see out here, but still, it was right next to the pin. There's Buck giving his run. Nice and high. Oh, yeah. No, see, you always got to hold your breath. Oh.
And Rob with the nice putt to save his par.
Great job. Feel like I need this birdie.
That is a great birdie. And after all that drama, able to get it back to even.
I know, lots of drama. Full of it. Oh. There's Jesus. Gonna finish off strong.
Yeah, after that rocky start, that's a great putt. After that rocky start, that was nice to see Jesus to level it out and get it back to even. I take the unfortunate bogey there and fall out of the lead.
Yeah, and don't fall down the hill.
Yeah, fall out of the lead and down the hill. That would have been unfortunate. But yeah, that's the end of round 1 here. Our card is at Zach Todd's at even. I'm at 2 down. Jesus got it back to even. Buck at 3 down, and Rob with the +6. And then going into the second round is here's our lead card for the second round. It'll be Brooke Bang, Patrick Kosarov, Collin Hayden, myself, and Tyler Olson. I want to thank you guys for tuning into this back half, and yeah, thanks guys.
Looking forward to seeing you guys more. Appreciate it.